2 remanded for acts of terrorism in Region 5. Newsroom Guyana reports. Jamal Johnson and Felicia Series have been remanded to prison after allegedly inciting acts of terrorism. The two individuals, 27-year-old construction worker Jamal Johnson and 36-year-old domestic worker Felicia Series, both from Plantation Ross, West Coast Burbus, appeared before Magistrate Ravindra Mohabir at the Blairmont Magistrates Court. The court was informed that on April 29, Johnson, Series, and several others blocked the Ross Public Road in Burbus using wood and other materials. Neither defendant was required to enter a plea at this stage. During the proceedings, Police Prosecutor Sergeant Garfield Edwards objected to bail, emphasizing that Johnson and Series had failed to report to the Weldad Magistrates Court after being placed on station bail the previous Friday. As a result, Magistrate Mohabir remanded both individuals to prison. The case has been transferred to the Weldad Magistrates Court and is scheduled for June 13, 2025. Cause of Doubleday Hotel fire to be determined soon, Fire Chief. Newsroom Guyana reports. Fire Chief Gregory Wickham has set a meeting to confirm the cause of the fire at the Doubleday Hotel at Tushin, East Bank, Essequibo will be held on Tuesday. During an interview with the newsroom on Tuesday, the fire chief said the investigation into the fire, which occurred following the discovery of 11-year-old Adriana Young's body in the hotel's pool, is still ongoing and the cause is to be determined on Tuesday. "I'm meeting with a team of investigators today for them to give me the cause," the fire chief said on Tuesday morning. Young's body was found floating in the pool on Thursday, April 24, after a search of the area was conducted shortly after her disappearance the day before. The 11-year-old girl was reported missing by her family on Wednesday, April 23 at about 13:02 hours. The discovery raised questions over the circumstances surrounding the child's disappearance and later, her death. By mid-morning on April 24, persons who staked out at the hotel during the course of the situation remained in their numbers as full-scale protest was in action. Residents lit tires and debris along the main road in Tushin, calling for justice and accusing police of negligence. Hundreds gathered at the hotel, some storming the premises, and sometime after, parts of the building became engulfed by a fire. Shortly after, the hotel owner's house, which is located nearby, was subsequently set on fire. The cause of this fire is expected soon also. Opposition leader calls for Assistant Commissioner Mandal to face public mischief charges. By news source Guyana. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton has called for Assistant Commissioner of Police Khalid Mandal to face charges for public mischief and attempting to pervert the course of justice. Assistant Commissioner Mandal was in charge of Region Number 3 when 11-year-old Adriana Young was found dead in the pool of the Doubleday Hotel, which was later destroyed by fire. The family of Adriana Young claims that Mandal informed them he had a video recording of the girl leaving the hotel in a vehicle. The Guyana police force also issued a statement supporting this claim, which was later determined to be false. Mandal has since been transferred from the region and placed on administrative leave due to the handling of the initial investigation into the girl's disappearance. In a statement today, Norton emphasized that the police force must refrain from adopting a political stance and should act fairly in their responsibilities following the protests for Adriana Young. If you are accusing Nurse Tiana Lewis-King of creating public mischief and attempting to obstruct the course of justice, then the same should apply to the Assistant Commissioner, as his false information contributed to the protests at the Doubleday Hotel, Norton stated. Norton noted that while the police force has named several individuals for inciting public unrest, they should also scrutinize Mandal's actions. "I do not defend Tiana Lewis-King, but if she is to be charged, then Mandal should be charged as well because both have committed similar acts." In Mandal's case, this information was made public long before. The Guyana police force must be fair and stop being political. They should issue a wanted bulletin for Khalid Mandal and subsequently charge him for creating public mischief and attempting to obstruct justice, Norton added. He concluded by stating that while justice has yet to be served, the dismissal of Mandal would signal a serious commitment to uncovering the truth in this matter. Kitty fire victims slowly rebuilding with support. Newsroom Guyana reports. Victims of a fire that destroyed 3 buildings at Pike and Thomas Streets in Kitty, Georgetown, on May 1st, are gradually receiving public support to help them rebuild. The fire reportedly began around noon in a building between Thomas and Pike Streets, rapidly spreading and damaging nearby structures. Shanbrika Seabury, the owner of one of the affected apartment buildings, shared that while the building was insured, he must wait for the investigation to conclude. The building, valued at approximately $50 million, did not account for the valuables lost inside. Seabury lived there with his elderly parents, both pensioners, and his nephew. Recounting the harrowing moments, Seabury emphasized the urgency of escaping the flames. "We were home when my tenant arrived and saw the fire next door. The most I could do was get my father out because he is in a wheelchair." Fernando Vieira, another resident, reported that support has been flowing in from both government and private sector organizations. He lived in the apartment building with his sister, Shakira. The Private Sector Commission, along with the Ministries of Human Services and Social Security, and Housing and Water, are in contact with the affected individuals to help restore some sense of normalcy. Vieira noted that the Housing Ministry has offered assistance to expedite pending house lot applications for those displaced. The fire is believed to have originated in the flat of Evelyn Benjamin and her son, Randall Dugwood. Dugwood previously mentioned that he managed to help their elderly neighbors, Verly de Barros, 87, and Lucille Peters, 97, escape the blaze. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Benjamin stated, "We're waiting on the report from the fire chief so we can go into the different establishments to get our documents back." Teen remanded for attempted robbery during protest. Kaider News reports. A 19-year-old construction worker was remanded to prison on Friday after attempting to rob a man during a protest last Monday evening. Jaden Sim, also known as JJ, of Lot 132 Friendship Buxton, East Coast Demerara, appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court before Senior Magistrate Fabio Azor. Sim denied the allegation, which states that on April 28, 2025, at Camp and Quamina Streets, Georgetown, he armed himself with a gun and attempted to rob Sherlyn Critchlow, also known as Black Boy. The prosecution informed the court that Sim, along with others, used the protest as a cover to commit criminal acts. They argued that such actions have caused widespread fear, impacting flights, businesses, and school operations. Magistrate Azor remanded Sim until May 21, 2025. Distribution of cash grant for school children to begin next Monday. By news source Guyana. The Ministry of Education will start distributing the $55,000 cash grant for school children across the country next Monday, as announced by Minister of Education Priya Manikchand. Over 200,000 children from both public and private schools are expected to benefit from this annual cash grant distribution, which also includes a voucher for school uniforms and supplies. During a press briefing at the ministry's Arrival Day program, Minister Manikchand stated that the grant has been increased to $50,000, with an additional $5,000 allocated for uniform and school supplies. I am very happy to say that next week, on May 12th, we will begin distribution in Regions 9 and 7. The following week, we will continue in Regions 2 and 5, with all other regions following thereafter, the minister noted. Regarding eligibility, the minister clarified that all public and private school children from nursery year 1 to grade 10, who are registered and attending school, are qualified to receive the grant. If parents or guardians are unable to collect the grant on the scheduled date, they may visit their respective regional education office at a more convenient time. Additionally, individuals can authorize a third party to collect the grant on their behalf. The minister emphasized the importance of following the distribution schedule carefully, stating, "This is an extremely smooth process. You will need to check online and other platforms for your region and the schools being served. This year, we have the most locations possible and will aim to serve every school directly. If a person cannot present a valid form of ID, they may provide a verification letter signed by the school's principal, a village leader, or a tasheo. The Auditor General's office is expected to oversee the distribution of the cash grant in all regions." Paul Musa elected new president of Guyana Amateur Powerlifting Federation. Newsroom Guyana reports. Paul Musa has been elected as the new president of the Guyana Amateur Powerlifting Federation, GPLF, for the 2025 to 2026 term. The election took place at the National Racquet Center and was overseen by attorney Vidushi Prasad McKinnon, who also serves as the General Secretary of the Guyana Olympic Association. Outgoing President Franklin Wilson chose not to seek re-election, citing significant progress in the sport over the past 2 years and deeming it an ideal time for continuity. The newly elected executive committee is as follows. President, Paul Musa. Vice President, Gordon Spencer. General Secretary, Roger Rogers. Treasurer, Asha Suku. Public Relations Officer, Kezia Joseph. Committee members, Dimitri Chan, Bjorn Williams, Keisha Abrigo. In a press statement, Paul Musa expressed his gratitude and outlined the Federation's priorities, including grassroots development, athlete welfare, and increased opportunities for national and international competition. The GPLF also announced its Intermediate/Masters Powerlifting Championship, scheduled for Sunday, May 18, 2025. The event will feature squat, bench press, and deadlift competitions. The competition is open to the public, with weigh-ins beginning at 6 a.m. and lifting starting at 9 a.m. Proceeds from ticket sales will support future athletic development and community fitness initiatives. Vifius claims overall title at Bodybuilding Novices. Newsroom Guyana reports. Marley Vifius of Unity Gym emerged as the overall winner at the Guyana Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation's GBBFF Battle of the Rising Stars novice competition held on Sunday at the Royal International Hotel on Mandela Avenue. The event showcased emerging bodybuilding and fitness talent in Guyana. Vifius dominated the heavyweight division, over 177 pounds, securing first place ahead of Timothy Roberts and Elliot Gonzalez. He also clinched the top spot in the men's Masters bodybuilding category. Rolly Chandler from Cares CrossFit impressed by taking first place in several categories, including bodybuilding under 176 pounds, men's physique, junior men's physique, and junior bodybuilding. In the bodybuilding under 154 pounds category, Denelson Ambrose of FitRex Gym claimed victory, with Adrian De Silva of LNL Fitness Gym finishing second. Ambrose also secured second place in junior bodybuilding. In the kids fitness category, Taraji Bascom, Naomi Riss of Radical Fitness, and Trinity Cole tied for first place. Unity Gym's Imelina Westmoreland won the Miss Bikini Wellness title, while Desmond Nicholson of Team Cyborg triumphed in the under 165 pounds category. The GBBFF hailed the event as a success, congratulating Vifius and all participants. Key winners. Overall winner, Marley Vifius, Unity Gym. Heavyweight bodybuilding, over 177 pounds, Marley Vifius, Unity Gym. Men's Masters bodybuilding, Marley Vifius, Unity Gym. Bodybuilding under 176 pounds, Rolly Chandler, Cares CrossFit. Men's physique, Rolly Chandler, Cares CrossFit. Junior men's physique, Rolly Chandler, Cares CrossFit. Junior bodybuilding, Rolly Chandler, Cares CrossFit. Bodybuilding under 154 pounds, Denelson Ambrose, FitRex Gym. Kids Fitness, Taraji Bascom, Radical Fitness. Naomi Riss, Radical Fitness. Trinity Cole, joint winners. Miss Bikini Wellness, Imelina Westmoreland, Unity Gym. Bodybuilding under 165 pounds, Desmond Nicholson, Team Cyborg. Police force receives 5,000 body cameras. Newsroom Guyana reports. President Dr. Irfan Ali has officially handed over 5,000 body cameras to the Guyana police force, aiming to enhance local policing efforts. The ceremony took place at State House, attended by Home Affairs Minister Robson Ben and other officials. President Ali described the cameras as high-tech, emphasizing that their implementation will improve accountability and conduct among police officers. He stated, "It also gives us an opportunity to have what I always speak about, traceability of conduct from the citizenry and the police. There is absolutely no excuse whatsoever from the Guyana police force of our men and women in the field not being equipped with these cameras when conducting their duties." The body cameras are designed to provide visual and audio evidence, allowing for independent verification of events. Officers using these cameras will adhere to Standard Operating Procedure, SOP, 1, established in May 2015. This SOP outlines the guidelines for the use, management, access, retention, and handling of evidence, as well as the storage and retrieval of recorded media captured by portable video recording, PVR, equipment during official duties. The cameras will document interactions between law enforcement officials and the public, including encounters with victims and witnesses, arrests, and critical incidents. Man found dead in Linden pool appeared to have suffered medical episode. By news source Guyana. An elderly man found dead in the Toucan Mall pool in Linden this morning is believed to have suffered a medical episode that led to his drowning. The 67-year-old man, identified as Henry Gardner, worked as a maintenance man at the facility, which is owned by his relatives. Surveillance footage captured Gardner jumping into the empty pool just before 10 p.m. on Monday. He was seen swimming to the far end of the pool, but upon his return, he appeared to struggle to stay afloat before eventually going under. His body was discovered by a relative who searched for him after he was not seen in his living quarters this morning. Gold miner nabbed with cannabis at Idabali checkpoint. Guyana Chronicle reports. Pitambir Singh, a 24-year-old gold miner from Albuistown, Georgetown, was arrested on Sunday, May 2, 2025, after police at the Idabali checkpoint discovered 12 grams of suspected cannabis in his possession. According to reports from Regional Division No. 7, Singh was the sole passenger in a motorcar that was stopped and searched during a routine check at the Idabali crossing. During the search, police found a transparent plastic bag containing leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis on his person. Singh was immediately cautioned and arrested, with the narcotics later weighed at 12 grams. The gold miner is currently in police custody and is expected to be charged as investigations continue.